Hey, what's going on YouTube? Eric, the Arizona Bladesman here. Well, it's been about 4 weeks since I did my last video, and that was the response video to D-Bad's, what blade to use for, home defense. Anyway, I did my first one, explaining each one, which one is good, which one, is not so good, because of, their size, weight, shape, if you can carry it with you, stuff like that. So anyway, I'd said I'd get to a second installment, and things have just been, pretty busy, with what's been going on. So finally I had a few minutes to essentially shoot the second part. So lo and behold, I'm here. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of show you the blades that I picked out for home defense, and I'm just going to show you all of them that I picked out, and you know which ones that I would prefer to have for home defense and which ones are no good. So I'm just doing this as like a review. So anyway, going on to the large fixed blades, large but not too large. We have the Gurkha Kukri from Nepal Kukri House. It's got a 12-inch blade, 5160 high carbon steel. And next we have, sorry about that pause, had an ADD moment there. The other one, which is my favorite, or one of my favorites, is the Ancun Barong from Chris Cutlery. Differentially heat-treated blade. Very good for, up close, close quarters combat. This would be my favorite right here. I don't know why. It's not because I study Filipino martial arts, but I just like, this is, this to me is an intimidator. And next up we have the Gil Heaven Old West boot knife. And this one's also a good one because, all the weight is towards the back, has a really nice hollow grind, and it's a fighting knife. That's what this is for. That's what all this is for. Yes, you could use it to perform other tasks, but above all Bowie knives are fighting knives. And that's what, well, actually this isn't a Bowie knife, excuse me, but this is just a boot knife, but the way how it's designed was designed for self-defense. And moving on to the other fixed blades. This one right here, I had said I had put together. I mean, it is very cool. You can use it, but I think that the handle for some people, I mean, it's perfect for me, that the handle for some people would be a little too short. And it's just, yeah, I think the handle might just be a little awkward. So I'm going to give, I said this one is a no-go, but still a nice knife. I mean, not only could you use this part right here as a handle, but also you could use it as like a pommel, and I have 2 extras. The next one is the combat knife by Ontario Knives, and this right here is pretty much almost like a spitting image of the USMC K-bar. I mean, minus a couple things. I mean, they had to change a couple things so, they don't get sued. But it's got the leather stacked handle. I don't know what kind of steel this is. I have to look into it. And plus, I still have to review this. So anyway, I believe I said this one gets the yes on it. The next one is another Ontario knife. This is the Pilot Survival Knife. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of videos on this knife, so I mean, I'm just going to show you this knife. I'm probably take it out and do something with it. I'm not going to review it. There's just too many. But I said that, I don't know. It's just, to me, it says it's a survival knife. I mean, yes, it's a knife. It could cut, it could thrust and stuff like that. But I don't know. To me, this just wouldn't. I mean, that's just my opinion. It just wouldn't work for a home defense blade. That's just my opinion. Everybody else's may say something different, but that it is what it is. The other one is this boot Bowie, and it is a Bowie because it has that clip point from Windless Steel Crafts. And I also said that this one was pretty much a no-go, and that is on account of the scab or the sheath, because it's just a piece of leather stitch. It's got the metal throat and metal tip. I mean, all in all, I believe this would be a really good one for home defense, but it's just the scabbard just doesn't do it. You can't secure it to your belt or anything. I mean, you could tuck it in a belt, but I think it'd just be uncomfortable. So that's why I'm kind of giving this one a no-go as well. And the next one I have up is this one, the Cold Steel GI Tanto, and this one is definitely big time green light, because it's just got, the way it could chop, it could slice and stuff, and all those, things you would do for, home defense with a blade. So, and I also like it too, so definitely this one gets a green light. And speaking of which, sorry if this video seems kind of quiet and everything, just a bit tired, been doing some things around the house. I also left out, a couple blades that I wanted to show I just forgot about. And one of them is a larger knife, pretty large. And that is the Conway Raptor Tanto. It's got a 5160 blade. It's about 11 inches. I think it's 5 3/4 inch handle. You've seen this in my other video. It's like an overview of it. Now, for those of you, who know that, something like this isn't meant for anything else. It isn't meant to peel vegetables, cut meat, or anything like this. It is a self-defense weapon. And so, if you prefer something like this as self-defense, for being in your home, I say go for it. To me, it's nice, but I don't know. The scabbard right here, let me put that down. You would have to, essentially put like an obi or a sash on to tie it through. So, but it would probably work for others, but I don't know. It just wouldn't work for me. It's just, it would work, but I don't know. Just not something I would choose. And that was one of the ones I forgot to show. And the other one, this one is actually a folder. And I would have to say that this TW667, which I did a review on earlier this year, would definitely get a green light as well. It's got that Kukri style blade, and it's got the G10 handle scales, and not to mention the ergonomics. Up here, this is where, like I said in my review, you would do, chores or, making, feather sticks, preparing a meal or whatever. But when you hold it down further, now you're getting into more of the self-defense part. And that's why I choose it, because not only is it a good blade design, but it's also a folder, and you could pretty much carry this on your person all the time, in your pocket, in a case, wherever. So that's why this TW667 gets my approval. So anyway, you just saw all the blades and everything. The ones got my approval, the ones that didn't get my approval. Now we're just going to kind of move on to the the price range. And I know a lot of people are on a budget, especially nowadays, because with this this pandemic going on. So, I mean, if you want a blade for home defense, you don't want to spend a whole lot of money. Something like this right here, if you prefer something like this right here is going to run you about probably like $120. So I mean, if you, and I don't know, but I'm not looking at any prices right now. I'm just kind of going off of what I believe I paid for it, and I bought this a couple years ago. So if you want something, a little bit more higher up in value, this one's for you. Now this one right here, this Ontario combat knife, I actually, my wife got this for me as a Christmas gift one year, and I saw the price on it, and it was only about like what, $45-50. So this one right here, if you could still find them at Walmart, is a really good budget or price option. It won't break your bank, and it's a very sturdy knife. So this one is pretty good for the price. Another one that's good for the price is this Heaven Old West boot knife. I believe this one was about, don't quote me on this, probably about $20-25, give or take. So this one is also a really good option. And of course, this TW667, this is about $18. If you want a really good folding knife or a larger folding knife for home defense, this is a good budget option. So keep this one in mind. Now, the other one right here, one of the ones I like, is the Kukri from Nepal Kukri House. And I believe I paid, this had to have been about 7 years ago when I bought this. And I bought this pretty cheap. I want to say about $40, but, it costs like $12 or so for the shipping because, this right here came straight out of Nepal. So, of course, has to go through, customs, and has to go through United Emirates. So you're going to wait a little bit, but well worth the wait, and it still won't break your bank. The other one right here is the, of course, it's the Barong pula from Chris Cutlery, and I got this for about $100, but about $95. So if you got, a little extra, that you want to spend on a good blade, this one is also great too. Now, for another really good option, you could pretty much get these a dime a dozen, is of course the Cold Steel GI Tanto. Just the weight, the blade, everything would just really give somebody a bad day. So again, really good budget priced option. So anyway, guys, sorry about the awkwardness in the video and everything like that. It's just, I've just been busy and everything. I just kind of threw this together last moment. So if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. I really don't care. And I know I just had to get a video out. It's been a while, and I've been missed doing videos, but my kids have been home, and I've been playing, teacher and parent and all that other stuff. But anyway, hope you guys stay safe, and until next time.